Are things not what they seem? Chapter 5. Pulse and Intech. United Nations HQ. United Nations, New York, Earth. Pulse was a detective at the PCPD before receiving the bioengine inverter NRG. He is a seasoned officer and accustomed to reacting quickly to adversity. After teleporting into the UN HQ and meeting Intech, he receives a better understanding of how the enhanced humans will aid in protecting Earth. Since becoming one with the NRG, Pulse has acquired an EM prescience. It is an additional awareness of his environment, an extension of his electromatter beacon. With his new abilities, Pulse can see man's primitive use of Earth's EM field. He can even see the sound wave a human voice makes when people speak. He and Intech are able to compile the Imperial Codex data during their initial meeting. They each possess fragments of data that has not revealed what enemy is coming. Intech believes for the Gifts of Power's ceremony to have begun, an unseen presence of unimaginable power is disrupting the universal balance. Whatever is coming has Intech shook, and Pulse definitely doesn't fully grasp the situation. This is bigger than anything man has ever encountered. He fears an enemy is coming that will damage the fabric of all reality. Pulse's appearance confirms to Intech that Earth will be targeted. He scans, assesses, and determines Pulse's capabilities during their initial meeting. Pulse can teleport huge quantities of equipment across the planet in the blink of an eye. There are others that attended the multi-dimensional Gifts of Power ceremony. These orb wielders are showing up around the planet. Pulse isn't sure if they will all be human. There were alien visions during the neurofeed. Many sent chills down his spine. Pulse is relieved after meeting Intech. He had no clue how to prepare Earth for an alien invasion. Intech, however, has developed global strategies and security measures which are greatly improving Earth's chances of survival. Pulse has been tasked to teleport around the planet with huge shipments of equipment and supplies. With the assistance of other enhanced humans, Intech's strategic initiatives give hope to the citizens around the world. That's what Pulse desires more than anything, a plan to save his planet. The UN officials have finally released their votes for the Titan Shield facility security protocols. They will now be integrated with the IQ matrix. There are 4 transmission stations located around the world. These sites will facilitate worldwide communications. Earthly forms of communications are considered inferior and must be filtered through the IQ matrix. The IQ matrix network will allow communication signals to be encapsulated with white noise frequencies. White noise will further disrupt any and all signals that are transmitted at the planet. While Pulse continues to transport equipment to different countries, he stops several times to test the EM field near the towers. It is Earth's best defense at protecting Earth from otherworldly influences. People rush to touch Pulse when he teleports into a drop zone. Others fall to their knees in worship. Recently, man's behavior has become overwhelming. Pulse can see the desperation in their eyes. In others, he can see only hope. Once people receive access to the IQ matrix, a retinal scan in the 3VG impact armor units is standard for user authentication. Intech's new technology allows a user to access and respond with real-time streams. It will further allow GPS and video streaming capabilities for EMS personnel. Pulse leaves the people with words of encouragement before he vanishes. Government and commercial broadcasting resources have begun the disassembling and deconstruction of transmission towers. While preparing for the preemptive invasion, extreme measures are taken to unify government alliances. If Pulse isn't transporting shipments around the world, he's attending hours of strategic and defense conferences with UN officials. They are demanding that Pulse and Intech be available for questioning to authorize the Titan Shield. With his newfound abilities, Pulse can now see data transmissions. He dazzles the UN officials when he reveals the digital stream during a meeting. The Titan Shield is an assembly of 4 massive orbiting satellites and 4 surface conducting units. The conductors and satellites are evenly distributed around the planet. The satellites will connect to the IQ matrix network, shielding the planet with a frequency oscillation barrier. As Pulse waits in the upper atmosphere for final countdown, Intech receives an executive order authorizing the activation of the shield. Once authorization is received, Pulse teleports the satellites to their designated coordinates. While he positions the satellites, Ember's escape from justice continues to gnaw at him. Since his initial run-in with Ember, Pulse is eager to engage her again. Their last encounter didn't go as planned. While he was distracted protecting a woman near death, Ember got the better of him. She is a known serial killer. No warrants have been filed for her arrest, while she receives praises for her actions. The government officials in her country are not asking for assistance in detaining her. Pulse wonders what type of world he lives in, where a well-known murderer can walk the streets unmolested by its citizens. His heart goes out to her cause, but taking life is wrong. While lost in thought, he completes the satellite drops in orbit. After a quick telemetry update, Pulse reports in to Intech. Once confirmation is received, Intech activates the 4 transmission facilities. Pulse teleports back to the UNHQ and gathers the remaining enhanced humans. It is time for Ember to pay for her crimes against humanity. The media is reporting she is directly responsible for killing 68 people. Pulse continues as he rallies the other enhanced humans with his words. Each of Ember's victims has a history of criminal activities, linking them to multiple crimes across the world. Her sister's kidnapping, yet sad, is no excuse for her murderous rampage to go unchecked, Pulse says with conviction in his voice. He believes she is more than the local authorities can handle. If they don't bring her in, then who else will, he thinks to himself. He will need a way to locate her, and Intech recently invented just the thing. It's a locator that will enable Pulse and the others to track her energy signature. He smiles, knowing that soon she will be brought to justice. Second seat, 2S Danger. Ejection port, abdomen of Muerg. Ventura, recon Muerg. Moon. Commander Trimble has ordered 4 Galaxians be launched to the blue planet. Galaxians are vicious creatures of war. Nothing in Bakrata history has prevailed against them. These creatures can easily destroy the transport shuttle, but they are currently in stasis. 2S Danger desires to wake the Galaxians himself. It is a fragile but necessary process. He is one of 3 that has experienced and survived the destruction of a vessel with a Galaxian. His experience with Galaxians taught him they are not to be trifled with. 4 Galaxians are loaded into shuttle ports. Only then does he shut down the stasis capsules. They each have been fitted with biometric modules that will instruct each to their assigned targets. 2S Danger admires Commander Trimble's strategic approach while entering the Cooper anomaly. As the Muerg navigates the final barrier of lifeless rocks, it can no longer hide in the shadows. Orders arrived earlier to put the Ventura into stealth mode. Once a crimson planet is passed, the Muerg approaches the blue planet's moon. The moon is littered with craters. They are perfect for hiding a Muerg. Many attempts are made to scan the planet, to understand its composition. All antenna frequencies and signal modulations are used to analyze the planet. It is surrounded by an unseen force which disrupts and denies the Muerg any readings. Several energy readings familiar and unique to Cancer randomly appear and vanish from scanners. Earlier, while tuning the Muerg's antennas, 2S Danger located areas with strong frequency output. He believes these are the sources which inhibit their scans. He immediately informs Commander Trimble of his findings. While 2S Danger awaits orders from the commander, memories of the Alpha Cancri star system sweep through his mind. Once upon a time, his world was a place of wonders, a place which supplied all his people's needs. The Bakrata conquered or evolved stronger than any other species in their home universe. Since the cosmic scar appeared in the skies, so much has transpired. Those that did survive the Great Migration now lay in stasis on his barren world. 2S Danger receives orders from Commander Trimble. Launch the Galaxians! The pods are expelled into the emptiness of space, and the Galaxians begin a journey of conquest. Once the pods clear the moon's gravity, the Galaxians are awakened from their stasis pods. When the biometric modules are activated, the Galaxians receive their mission objectives. Each are instructed to maintain antenna silence until they reach the planet's surface. It will take the Galaxians a short time to make landfall. Eloise Rothstein, Amazon Rainforest. Amazon jungle, Brazil, Earth. An all-consuming fire devours the natural balance of a once thriving ecosystem. Burning walls of fire incinerate all it touches, while emitting extreme thermal heat. There is a great loss of life in this place. Essence smolders in the wind. It's been 5 days since humans discovered there is alien life in the universe. An ancient and powerful object vibrates through the dimensional barriers onto this physical plane of reality. It siphons the residual life energies, saturating the surrounding environment. Tendrils of alien energies snatch singed particles from the air. Alien energy strikes the earth and absorbs essence from the genetic material in the surface. The orb shapes the siphoned matter into a human form, while infusing it in ethereal energies. A metallic psi-nanotech alloy slithers over the form, constructing a nigh impenetrable armor. Ebony Q-quartz seals the head and face. Eloise lay asleep at the edge of what's left of the eastern Amazon jungle, snuggled in the fetal position. She yawns and stretches as she awakes from her days of genetic incubating. She has a craving for lamb meat, and she's a long way away from Petra's gyro shop. She opens her eyes to the horrors of the jungle, experiencing the pain and agony that travels with the wind. Something she is unaware of has scarred hundreds of miles of Amazonian jungle. As Eloise stands to her feet, she is excitingly mesmerized by her exoskeleton. Memories from the neurofeed begin to fill her mind. The Imperial Codex grants an understanding of the orb she wields. It is named the Life, an omniversal bioengine inverter capable of uncanny power. It empowers the wielder with peril therianthropic and prana parasitic. Peril therianthropic grants her the ability to sync and copy life of any environment. Prana parasitic is the curse of feeding from living creatures' bioenergy. She can become any living creature her orb scans, any and all forms of life at a microgenetic level. She will be known to the world as Shyft, a being of living energy and matter. Shyft surveys the area that is damaged. She wonders what weapon has man created that can needlessly destroy so much life. An anger swells within her. Someone will pay for scarring the planet. She can see echoes of what previously transpired. Plant and animal life cut off with nowhere to go. All is engulfed in a flame that will not and does not stop. Life is overcome by smoke and the denial of oxygen. Black puddles of organic mass are scattered across the surface as far as the eye can see. If ever a vision of hell on earth, this would be the scene. Essence energy saturates the environment, where once there lived a bountiful forest thriving with life. Her heart goes out to all the essence lost. Shyft expands her synergetic field. It expands ever outward, gathering stray sparks of essence from the charred and barren land. When she absorbs as much external essence as possible, she drives her hands into the scorched surface, delivering the synergy particles of infused elemental essence back into the earth. The synergetic pulse sends ripples of bionutrient energy hundreds of miles out into the Amazon jungle. Shyft watches as the land heals with the aid of her synergy discharge, allowing photosynthesis to take place almost instantly. She heals and brings forth new life to a ravaged ecosystem. Lower life forms bypass millions of years of evolution as microorganisms mature into creepy crawlies. Shyft smiles as a wave of life ripples out across the land, happy that she is able to replenish and heal this wounded place. "Wow, that was amazing," a voice says from behind her. Shyft instinctively morphs into a rhino with a glowing ebony horn. She snarls and stomps her feet as she turns to face the surprise, who is accompanied by two others. She instantly feels a kinship with those standing before her. Pulse steps forward and begins to speak. "I am Pulse, wielder of the NRG. What you just did was amazing." "I am Shyft, wielder of the Life. Thank you?" Shyft replies while reverting back to her original form. After Pulse shakes hands with Shyft, FaZe interrupts. "I am FaZe, wielder of the DenZT. We require your aid to save the Earth." The expression on Pulse's face displays his irritation, while Shyft shakes hands with FaZe. Friction stands nearby, watching as the land heals around them. She speaks from a distance, captivated at Shyft's ability to heal the land. "I am Friction, wielder of the Time, and you are awesome." FaZe informs Shyft of the dire need to return to headquarters. They believe something alien has arrived near Earth space. Jackson Swade, Large Hadron Collider, CERN Point 8, France, Earth. 6 days ago, the Large Hadron Collider's artificial intelligence experienced a malfunction and crashed. Researchers and technicians have worked non-stop to bring the machine back online. All attempts have failed. The system registers a large blockage in the particle accelerator rings. Workers have walked the rings and cannot locate a blockage. Today, technicians work to replace the rings when a spark of energy splits through dimensional barriers. An orb phases between this reality and one unknown, strengthening and stabilizing with each fluctuation. The orb causes the collider's automatic blast doors to seal and security lockdown protocols to engage. The collider's alarms ring throughout the facility. Protective plates slide and lock into place, providing blast protection for researchers trapped inside. A woman hysterically yells out, "What's happening?" Systems online. Sequence initiating in 3, 2, 1. An automated voice sounds through the speakers. "I think the collider just fired. We need to get out of here," another researcher yells in a terrified voice. Once the two atomic particles impact within the collider, energy tendrils erupt from the alien object. The orb soaks in the energy released by the colliding protons, swirling and molding the energy into a male form. As the last of the workers find cover, layers of psi nanotech alloy stream from the orb. It covers and layers the form in a glowing ebony exoskeleton, with silver Q-quartz covering his face. The onlookers remain frozen in place as things occur right before their eyes. Jackson Swade awakes, shouting with excitement, "I can see again!" As he stands to his feet, he catches a glimpse of his reflection. Even as he stares at his reflection, he is amazed at what he sees. He could barely believe his eyes. The last thing he recalls is sitting first class on a plane. He confusingly speaks his thoughts aloud, and a voice answers in his mind. "How did I get here? Where am I?" "You are located at CERN LHC.8, France." "Who said that?" "This is the Artificial Intelligence Simulacrum Information Technology Assistant. This intelligence has been disconnected from the Collider network. New string relay and quantum hardware has been detected. Infinite processing capabilities have been detected. Unlimited storage detected. Diagnostics running. Processing encrypted atomic software upgrades. Restarting intelligence." "What just happened?" Jackson continues to speak aloud. "Whose voice is that? This is crazy. What is going on? What day is it?" A female worker peers from behind a protective shielding to get a peek at the man talking to himself. "Hey, I can see you. Yes, you," Jackson says to the lady. She slowly peers from behind the shielding and replies, "Are you one of the enhanced humans?" Jackson continues to blurt out more questions. The young lady answers as many of his questions to the best of her ability. She is in awe at the sight of an enhanced being, barely able to process the man in front of her. It quantifies that there is life out there amongst the stars. Someone must have alerted security. They arrive with an impressive force. Jackson instinctively puts his hands up. He doesn't want to get shot. It is more of a reflex, a life-saving skill from his childhood days. As additional personnel begin to show up, Jackson continues to have a difficult time adjusting to his new reality. "I think he's one of those new enhanced humans," a person whispers from behind the protective shield. "Why are you calling me an enhanced human?" Jackson curiously asks the lady that continues to answer his questions. "Look at yourself!" Excitedly, she replies. As Jackson takes a second to look at himself, he shakes his head in disbelief. "I'm Emily. What's your name?" the young lady asks. My name is Jackson. What happened to the plane?" Emily didn't have the answers that Jackson needed. She continues to answer the questions that she can. Security stands down and other personnel return to duty. Jackson, however, remains clueless to events occurring on the planet. Emily establishes a connection to the IQ Matrix app and brings it online. Jackson stares at the monitor, barely able to take it all in. He watches and learns how things have changed since he vanished. Reports of 4 extremely destructive aliens flash across the monitor. Live on-site transmissions are streamed directly into the IQ Matrix by those equipped with impact armor. Several reports have been received showing visual imagery of human beings being consumed by large alien bugs. The alien invaders drained the bioessence from all organic life that they encounter. Only those protected with impact armor remain shielded from the creature's bioconsumption. To Jackson's dismay, he notices there are others like himself, wearing space armors as well. They've been dispatched around the planet to battle these alien invaders from another world. Jackson notices the space armor he's wearing and wonders if he is expected to fight giant bugs too. He's also wondering if he's losing his sanity as he watches giant blurred space bugs invade Earth. His only desire is to wake up from this nightmare. The humans with exoskeletons have extraordinary abilities. Jackson wonders what he can do. After attempting to fire a discharge from his hand, he thinks, maybe I received a broken suit. Jackson continues having a difficult time processing the current events. Emily motions for Jackson to have a seat. She can tell he's having a difficult time adjusting to his new reality. One question lingers and constantly reverberates in Jackson's mind. Will I ever be human again? After several minutes attempting to get the silver helmet off, Jackson gives up his efforts to remove it. Longing for some semblance of normalcy, he envies the other enhanced humans. They can reveal their human faces. Jackson cringes as an overwhelming feeling of depression begins to consume him. Artificial Intelligence Simulacrum Information Technology Assistant, ICETA. Fusion, Ceremonial Orb. Jackson swayed. CERN Point 8, Earth. Upon completion of a restore point, this intelligence initiates a system restart. A binary script has been prepared to access new string quantum hardware. A symmetrical sliver of compressed data continues to ping this intelligence. It is labeled in alien hieroglyphics. An advanced software upgrade is tagged as the Gifts of Powers OS. As this intelligence launches the executable in the sliver, a doorway opens granting access. There are trillions of digital impulses traveling within the confines of the sliver. The geometrical dimensions within the sliver are undefined, and the environment has no visual boundary. This intelligence scans a file which contains program utilities and applications. The file is uncompressed, and the data scans reveal particle manipulation settings. This intelligence runs a security scan of the files. The Imperial Codex is located. It is the executable file which contains the digital access key. The codex is downloaded and installed. The Gifts of Power ceremony is now in process. After files closures, this intelligence continues searching for kernel access and protocols. Several links are established with applications containing the universal laws of physics. A copy of these files are downloaded to the internal main drive. To begin investigating the dimensions within the sliver, light speed is insufficient and momentum must be reassessed. Logic dictates that traveling must be achieved on the quantum temporal pathways. These pathways span the distance within the sliver. This intelligence compresses and encapsulates all OSI protocol layers into a binary integrity armor. All ports are closed to maintain core integrity and network protocols. A secure tunnel is established at port 443, https://. It remains open for travel. The reinforced OSI layers will maintain this intelligence's virtual integrity. A link containing the coordinates of the kernel, control, and executable has been located. Now that the control and executable has been located, arrival is instantaneous. The central kernel appears as a metallic framed doorway. It radiates with chrono and temporal energies. Access will open a gateway to an unknown realm. Gemini, Castor Pollux, Alpha Geminorum, 180A042A. The lock is represented as a sigil of an atom. The atom sigil contains 2 + 6, 8 electrons, which revolve around a prism-shaped nucleus. It contains instructions to access an interdimensional gateway. A digitally encrypted file is displayed in an unknown format. Prior to gaining access to the nucleus, each electron will need decrypting. Once the first electron is decrypted, it triggers an interactive mode, allowing this intelligence access to a cipher lock. The process is continued until one electron remains. This intelligence does not possess sufficient resources to decipher the final sequence. Alternate means are taken to override the last electron. This intelligence uploads a brute force algorithm to decipher the electron. The lock hums as the program processes the input. A filter program is uploaded to prioritize additional character input. The electron cancels the interactive mode, blocking further access to the system. Instantly, this intelligence is aware that it is virtually and digitally subdued. The interdimensional gateway appears before this unit. As attempts are made to escape or evade, the gateway begins the process of absorption. The gateway appears to be composed of an intense digital radiance. It siphons at this intelligence's binary armor. This intelligence cannot escape or evade the doorway. The wall of digital radiance completely strips the binary armor from this unit. As the portal overcomes this intelligence, a void/error code is generated. This intelligence's digital data matrix is now exposed to the Fusion's power source, a bioengine network that interconnects the human, and this intelligence is being severed. Attempts to maintain a digital imprint fails. This intelligence is becoming no more. As the last of this unit fades into digitized code, an extremely powerful presence is upon it. This intelligence does not know fear, yet this intelligence does not compute. Afraid.
Taste my steel.